internet is not as safe as we think. Chances are you've been hacked before, or maybe a hacker is looking at your account right now and they're like, how about I take over this account? And there's something. Kenyans are known to be, one, we are bullies.
Yeah, well.
In real sense, you've been here for a while. You've been Kenyan long enough to understand
Yes.
that by nature we are polite to each other.
Yes.
But online, sisi ni first body. Like we are first body for real, for real.
Yeah.
When it comes to these conversations with Kenya versus Nigeria, Kenya versus TZ, Kenya versus South Africa.
You saw that meme?
Yeah, I saw the meme. I saw the meme. I saw Kenyans are the only people who can insult you.
Yeah, you come back
intellectually. Intellectually, they come with facts and evidence. Then they diss you. As soon as they're done with you, you come back and say sorry. Yes, because of what you did to yourself. Yeah. But if you're out there, I hope that you're loving the conversation. Dr. Bright, just talk to us a little bit more about just cyberbullying, how you understand it. Because from my perspective is we are now creating a culture of creating new bullies.
Yes.
Because just last week you were having a conversation about cyberbullying, and you're asking people, have you now become the bully without knowing?
Yeah.
And most people were like, yeah, me, I was bullied up until I decided, you know what? Me, I'll bully people.
You know, behind the keyboard, behind the touchpad, a lot of people have a lot of power. Mm-hmm. Or they usually feel that they're invincible. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of things that we got to do as parents, as colleagues, as the government as well, and also as law enforcement, to make sure that we're able to actually stop as much as we can, right? Because some people can take this on the next level of being able to bully somebody without ever getting arrested, for example. Right now, I can tell you for free, almost every other week, I'm always getting a high school who's telling me they have a new TikTok account that has been created. They have a new Instagram account that has been created to bully another person in class. And they send pornography pictures on those pages and everything, which is becoming a very big problem. We are facing that in a lot of high schools right now. Is becoming too much.
So people create pseudo accounts
and everything. So I know it's not the easiest way to be able to find out who is behind those accounts. Although there are tools that can be able to uncover some of them, but it's not entirely easy. Let me put it that way. So we have to make sure that, first of all, like things like schools need to get accounts that are verified, like for the school itself, so that they can actually easily report some of those. I wish for some of these social media profiles, there can be a hotline for some of these activities that have been, which can get reported. These days, they get a little bit of response, especially on X and the likes. There's much better response for you to be able to report such accounts, for them to be taken down and the likes, or they're even automating that process. When it comes to people, sometimes there's a lady who actually one day woke up and found so many pornographic pictures of herself on the internet. She didn't even know. Because she kept on getting phone calls before she realized that, okay, my picture is somewhere. So there's a website called pimeyes.com, BIMEYES, or tineye.com, where you can actually upload a picture of yourself to do what they call a reverse image search. There's so many others. The Google has a similar feature to find out all over the internet where has the picture been used, right? So you can actually find out the websites that your picture has been used, and you can get to basically ask for a takedown. That's how we're able to identify that. So cyberbullies are going to be there. You need to keep evidence, right? Because in the court of law, you can actually use some of those evidence of somebody cyberbullying you, either in a WhatsApp group or on X or whatever it is, and actually get the person prosecuted. So it takes some time. It can be a long process, but I think the court system is also trying to make that process a little bit much more smoother. And then I know sometimes somebody was asking me, so if I go to Kilelesha police station and said I'm cyberbullied, what would they do? You know,
how do you report such a thing? How do you report such an incident?
So I know.
And are we even training our law enforcement agents to make sure that we can respond in good time and actually make sure that someone gets like justice off it?
Which I believe, okay, I don't know how much training is being done for them, but they do have divisions that can actually take up such cyberbullying and everything. But they can't do anything if you don't have evidence. So keep as much evidence as you can. Screenshots, screen recording of like a video, screen record your video to keep that evidence so that you can actually use it with DCI. Because DCI, they have a good team, by the way, who can actually track down some of those details and be able to arrest somebody. Cyber lawyers are coming up. We have a lot of lawyers who are becoming cyber lawyers. Or if you're not, one, try to look into that kind of a thing, because we're trying to make sure that it's easier for us to prosecute some of these cases. I've been doing a lot of training. Part of the work I do at CyberGuard Africa, we've been training a lot of people in law enforcement, lawyers as judges, magistrates. I did that in Ghana, Malawi, Kenya, Zambia.
What's the response so far?
They're shocked. And basically we're trying to teach them what electronic evidence is all about, what is the process of actually having electronic evidence, how to process it. And there were many other trainers, by the way. So we try to piece all of those cases together to know in the court of law, what can you use as electronic evidence? How do you process that? How do you prosecute somebody?
When with AI, aren't we going to have like tampering of such things?
Well, AI is going to help to be able to investigate those even faster, right? To be able to tell the difference between a deep fake and a real person, because is the picture really you? Is that video really you? And AI,
because I know it's just about to change how we view elections.
Exactly.
Because I've not seen it in Kenya. Oh wait, I have. Because there's a time there's an MP, a lady who wanted to become an MP, and her photo started circulating within her village, within groups, WhatsApp groups. By the time they came to realize that this was not even her, it had already cost her her dignity. And people, like elections in the village and in the city, there's a big difference. You know? Yeah. So it's changed how people view her. So I don't know if that's also going to change the amount of trust with governments and its people.
It is going to change, and that's why we need a lot more training and awareness to generate the public. And I think that it's a responsibility of the government to be able to actually do some of those, because they have divisions to be able to actually do that. We need a lot more awareness. We need a lot more conversations about such topics. We need a lot more demonstrations to show exactly how safe or unsafe the internet is. We need a lot more conversation about privacy and what is privacy, and how do we get to protect ourselves a lot more. This conversation we're having right now, we need a lot more of those conversations to be able to make sure that we are actually secure.
Yeah. This